It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Pink Panther stream. Hope everyone is doing very, very well. What's everyone been up to this evening, this fine Monday evening? Sarge, welcome. Zach, welcome. Dan, welcome. Max, welcome. Hope everyone is doing well. Make my AFL player. Yeah, no stress. Zach, no stress. That's all good. That's all good to make tomorrow all okay. G'day, Kano. How are you, mate? Thank you for your love and support, and to you as well, Sarge, for the podcast before. Much appreciated. Sophie the Beard, welcome. Okay, I'll have another crack at downloading that later on, Sarge. I'll have another crack at that. So, I was going to do AFL tonight, but there was no new patch. So, after what had happened the other night with the centre clearance stuff and all that kind of jazz, I just wanted to have a little rest from that until a few more bits and pieces are fixed. And I'm piecing together the Pink Panther team. So I think we've got 13 players locked in at the moment in terms of physical downloaded players. We do have a full 22, or 23, whatever it is, but we're still happy to take people on board, and we'll just rotate players in and out every couple of games. So I'm looking forward to setting up the season for that. I'm just finding at the moment there's I suppose there's not much depth anywhere else to make you want to keep going back to play, if that makes sense. Like, management mode's not complete, online still very buggy, so there's kind of not a hell of a lot to go back and keep trying, if that makes sense, until it's all pieced together. But having the custom season for the Pink Panthers will be something that will be cool to keep playing all the way through. So that's what we will aim for next. Do you reckon they've given up Kane? I'm not sure. I think maybe the frequency of patches have reduced, but I'm not sure if that's good or bad. But there's still plenty to go, though, that's for sure. G'day, Min. How are you, mate? Sorry I missed the pod. Just had to drop off the dog at mate's house to give. Just at the time. Oh, okay, fair enough. Hopefully everything's okay with the dog, though. Got some big news, though, regarding trades. Oh, you missed a good one, then, because Tiggs was on. He had some good stuff as well. So it will be interesting to see if it aligns. I won't drop you, Sarge. I won't drop you. We should do it like a tribal council. If you have a bad game, it goes to a big vote. So I can actually understand where you're coming from, in because we did the same thing with our cats. So we had 2 cats, and one of them sadly died. She had a heart attack outside, and we hadn't seen her for half a day, and found her out there. So that was shit. But the other cat, he was still all okay. But Lauren's allergic to cats, and even though she's allergic, she still loves them. So she kind of just sucked it up. But Smudge didn't lose too much fur, but the problem was starting to become with because this is when Liam was very, very young, like getting into all of his stuff, like the crib and all that, and we noticed he was having reactions too, and it just came to one of those things that it wasn't fair for Smudge, which was the cat at the time, because we were kind of excluding him from stuff because we're trying to protect Liam. And that's not the right life for him, so we gave him away to someone I work with. So, and he's living a much more happy, much more better life, and it was the best decision we made for him. So that's, hopefully you have some kind of comfort down the track that you've made the right call. But it is hard. It is hard at the time, no doubt. So, yeah, Fear the Beard, I agree. It's probably staying, I don't want to say on the shelf, because like I said, once I get the Pink Panda team in, I think I will play that quite a bit. But it's waiting for that next sort of patch to drop, I suppose, to be able to do it. So yeah, it is what it is. I think they're updating the goal kicking mechanism for set shots and on the run tomorrow, which apparently should come through Monday, they reckon, which will be good. But yeah, there's still a few other things they've got to do. I just thought I'll play a bit of golf in the meantime, especially because it's 10 o'clock as well. I don't think I could get 2 balls deep into anything AFL related. Happy to chat footy though, by all means. And I paid $99 for this game as well, so I figure I better actually play it, because F1's coming out soon, and I think we'll be tipping in a pre-order the way of F1, because it's looking pretty enticing. Not gonna lie, it's looking very good. I'll be shit out at it, but it's looking very good. There was no update today, Max. No, so the update's coming. So there was meant to be a patch today, but they decided not to because they wanted to put a little bit more work into the goal kicking stuff before dropping it. So which is going to come tomorrow.
And the golfer will be watching.
Oh shit! I might have hit that too hard.
Just 3 shots off the lead.
I'll check that now,
Min. That fairway runs out fairly quickly, but this is right where
that first point you made was mentioned tonight as well, to the Eagles or Freo, like big dollars. Yeah, and the second name you mentioned as well, yep. And the third name you mentioned also. There you go. So everything you just said in that message was said exactly as you had written it there tonight by Tiggs as well. So the fact that you're both getting the same information from completely different people, to me, makes me feel like it's more likely to happen than not. So that's interesting. Very interesting. You'll have to go back and watch it. I mean, you'll honestly feel like that you're listening to yourself. Completely identical. All 3 of those things. So there you go. So you're probably both onto something. No, so he said with the Himmelberg thing that he said for ages there was nothing in it. There was absolutely 0 in it. He said, but not long before Dimmer had left, that the tide started to change a bit, and the club has actually shown a level of interest. And he reckons that if Himmelberg decides he wants to come back to Victoria, that we would be his preferred club of choice. And apparently I suppose it's a little bit of circumstance as well that we can now see value in him playing forward or back for us. Okay, Jack, welcome. Hopefully in the next patch they fix. I know, mate. I know that's honestly what put me off playing tonight. To be honest, the centre clearance experience I had last night, or whenever it was the night before, was just deflating. Like they were just absolutely slicing me up. It was unbelievable. So when is the?
So while you're
which golf game's that, Ed?
Number 1, you'd be happy with a par 4 at this.
I didn't know there was another golf game.
71 yards, but the winds are a factor.
Yeah, that makes it interesting, Min. That makes it very, very interesting to see how that all. And he said that Max King's still, well, whichever one's at Gold Coast, Max or Ben. I always get it wrong. They're still very, very much a live prospect. Not for this year, for next year. How did everyone's footy tips go this week?
To start the round,
I managed,
as
say
he
I.
gets another fairway here
My
at the
two
second.
boys managed to
Gotta
get
think this an extra half club or
6
more as he sets for his
this week.
second
They got a
into the
couple of
wind.
outsiders, which was very good. We're still dead last, though. Pause on the back chat. Well, Kane, I think that was the same show where he said he would never leave the club because he loves it. And I believe him, but at the end of the day, if he's going to get offered 800 grand or whatever's being offered around, being floated around, even if it's 700, you've got to take it. Like at his age and stage of his career, you've got to do it.
From way out there, the approach shot rolls on the green nicely, leading that.
Oh,
for his
right,
birdie.
sorry. Missed that one.
We turn to Nota Begay the third.
Nota Begay the third. Now, it's all about Boston tomorrow, folks. Who is watching
Looks to be dead straight, nothing to push it offline.
the Game 7? Oh, that's shit by me.
Got it there, but not quite on target.
Got 5 out of 9, 4 out of 9. Hey there, Hound. How are you, mate? What's going on, buddy? How you been? Oh, let's go, mummy. Kano, why do me dirty like that for?
That
Fear, yeah,
with the second.
we are quite fond of playing 2K.
At 5 under.
Bit of Pro-Am, bit of my team as well. We got into quite a bit, but we played it a little bit when it came out in September last year, but we just found not much had really changed. It was very much the same. So we actually had the highest hopes we had was for the triple threat, how you could play offline mode with your mates. Triple threat was like, we're like, hell yeah, that's awesome. It's right up our alley. But the rewards were shit house. It actually wasn't worth it in the end. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do with it this time around. Like in an ideal world, we would love for the sports games industry to have online. It's an online season because you're playing online, but playing a season with your mates against AI offline where you can earn rewards would be what we would love to see. But I don't think we'll get it anytime soon. But yeah, we'll probably have another dip at it. What about yourself? You play it?
That swing,
The other one's going to be the new FIFA too, the EA,
a good result as well.
whatever it's called.
Perfect
4 out of
spot to play
9.
This second, middle of the fairway.
Yeah, it was a bit of a doozy of a round, wasn't it? The footy tips. See, my boys kind of let themselves down by picking North against Collingwood. That was never going to come through. They picked the Tigers, but I don't. If I'm doing tips personally myself, I will not always pick Richmond. I've grown up long enough to realise that if I tipped, well, maybe prior to 2017, that if I tipped against Richmond every week, I would get more right than I would wrong. And there's a few times that I was sort of really competing for big prize money, so I had to tip against us at times. Kano. Most use 2K's small. Yeah, I know. Kobe style. Oh, that would make sense. A Kobe style, wouldn't it? I don't know what else they can put in it, but I just feel like they've got to do something there. Oh yeah, we could do that, Kano. Yeah, we could definitely do that. I just found that we ran out of time. First round with the Demons. Yeah, that'd be... yeah, I mean, we've got to try and get into the first round somehow. Well, we don't have to. I think we'd like to, but I don't think it's diabolical if we don't. But no, we can do that, Kane. I do actually enjoy getting the listener questions. It's just one of those ones where... oh, Jesus.
What a putt
You
right
just
there.
never know how we're going to go for time for
Spot
these
on.
things because
Just
we...
a fraction offliner. That would have gone
We
in.
don't. This is going to sound really bad, but we don't really have much of a script to go off these days. Like early days, we'd have like a full blown agenda.
Remain
Like
right
I'd
there.
time it out to the minute, everything like that. But it sometimes felt too rigid and too structured. So it's very, very like seriously. All I said to the guys tonight was, you know how it works. We'll preview the port game. Then we'll review the port game.
In America, high praise from the
Tiggs said his trade
1999
stuff,
GE Tour
and we'll talk about the Giants game and whatever else pops up along the way. We'll talk about. That's so it's kind of yes. It's probably actually on me that we run out of time for things because there's no real rhyme or reason with what we're doing. But Yeah, I do agree, and I will bring it back because I do like the engagement with the audience. Oh, that's not a bad shot. Bit of extra roll
Solid
there.
shot, and sometimes solid throughout the round will win the day.
But no, all about the Celtics tomorrow. If Boston get up, it will honestly be one of the great... Well, it will be the greatest turnaround in history because no one's ever done it before. I just think being in Boston is a huge... Well, no, honestly, you'll know early. By the end of the first quarter, if we're shooting like arse and putting up bricks, Miami might do us. Well, playoff Jimmy will come to the fore. But if we can shoot lights out again in the first and really drop some heat on them, pardon the pun, yeah, it could make things very interesting. We just need Marcus Smart. And as much as some people don't like the Celtics and wanted Miami to get through, whatever, that's okay. But how good was White's tip in, honestly? To have the presence of mind to follow that shot in from Marcus Smart, which was actually... That shot actually got a lot closer than what I thought it was going to when it left his hand, if I'm being honest. But when you watch the vision, we actually had both sides covered. Dicks! But I'm in. Because... Tatum actually had the right side of the ring covered as well. So even if it had gone the other way, Tatum was slamming that shit back home. So I think we had that covered one way or another. It was just a really, really big lapse in concentration from Miami at the end there.
Good shot. Safely on the green and a birdie chance.
As we putt for birdie. We're 6 under here. We're in a good shape. Get in. Very good.
Yeah, that's good putt.
So I think I'm going to also run the subathon once I get the Pink Panther team up and running in AFL 23. I think I want to do just a massive day of the AFL 23 custom season with the Pink Panther squad. And that's when we might do tied in with the subathon as well, I reckon. So we'll have to keep an eye out for all that whenever I can get things put together.
As it takes away the safe spot and
Need
forces
to get
you
it
to play
around this
target golf.
branch. Oh shit, what happened there? Oh, nearly slam dunked it.
And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass.
Can we chip in? Oh no. That's cruel. Probably hit just a fraction too hard there.
You'd like to be a leisurely stroll out on the golf course into a day of hard work.
Yeah, what could have been a tap-in is now going to be a grind.
Get in. Very good.
Oh, that'll bring a wry smile. A very good putt there to save his par.
Yeah, anyone else in chat getting F1 23 or looked at any of the other videos? I know we played the Lando Norris video the other night, which was pretty good.
Barranca down the right. Fairway narrows considerably at the 270-yard mark, so accuracy.
I just want to know a bit more about how the racing in a league thing works. Wait till it's on sale. Oh shit, I've hit that too straight. Oh no. Yeah, like it'd be cool to get the Champion Edition, but I just don't have the funds to go that all out at the moment. Diablo 4, when's that out, Kane? That must be soon.
80 yards to go now as he'll decide how to flight his second.
And there's meant to be Cricket 24 coming out, but who knows what's happening there with AFL
Well, he'll be disappointed
23 and all the work that's gone into that.
His swing didn't quite look right on that one.
G'day Dale, so there was meant to be an update tonight, but they decided to hold off for tonight because they're still doing some final work on the goal kicking set shot and the set shot on the run mechanism that they're going to implement and do a bigger patch tomorrow night, is what they've said on the forums. Oh, that was a bad thumbstick. So I'm not sure what else was meant to be in this patch. Like usually it's stability based and bits and pieces. Like it would have been good I think if they had to put out what they already had for whether it was stability, whether it was minor gameplay changes, and still do the goal kicking tomorrow night, that yeah, so was meant to be tonight, but it is now going to be tomorrow.
A split fairway is the unique feature here. Like many holes, this one forces you to really have a strategy.
Yeah, I dare say it will be bigger tomorrow. Like, I'm not sure if that means in terms of gigabytes or megabytes or how much bigger it will be, but it sounds like that they're tweaking that goal kicking and on the run mechanism to work better. I think with the footedness and the wind and things like that.
137 is the number. Pin back right.
But I suppose I'm looking out for more having the team management side fixed. It needs to be obviously a lot deeper with the things that aren't there, with the drafting and the free agency and no, oh no. Are you kidding? Just stomp on the ground.
Well played.
It's bound to go in. That's really stiff, that is.
Okay, nicely done. It's a birdie.
So yeah, be interesting what they fix. Yeah, I found that it's actually now easier, Kano, to mark than to spoil. But the spoiling, I am glad that they fixed the recovery time from the spoiling as well. G'day Nick, welcome, how are you going? Welcome. So yeah, it was good that they fixed the spoiling piece at least, as in the recovery. I don't think so, Min. I think this is to get... I don't know if it's this particular event to qualify for Masters, but that's still one of my objectives. I haven't played for so long, but I'm hitting them okay. So what should we win by Saturday then, do I think?
From the fairway. Let's go to
I reckon... I mean, this is all just personal opinion, Dale, so please keep that in mind and don't take it as gospel as such, but I would be hoping that by Saturday that we've got, you know, the new goal kicking thing that they've just said, that's a shit shot, for on the run and set shots. I'd be hoping that tactics will be in by the weekend. I'd be hoping that there's maybe a bit more of a revamp to management mode in terms of like being able to train players and access to free agents and all that kind of stuff. Just something that gives a bit more meat, because at the moment there's not really a lot to come back and play for, because you know you do your season or your management career, but you can't do really much post-season, which is a little bit annoying. So I get though that the gameplay is paramount, so I'm fine with them getting the gameplay right first. No, don't be sorry, Dale. All good, all good.
Up next, the 315.
So there's nothing last night because I think they gave the dev guys the weekend off again like they did last week. I think there was some of the Q&A guys there, or the quality testers were working. But I think just given, I suppose, the mountain of work involved in doing daily patches for the first couple of weeks, they had the weekend off, which is fine. I think that's totally acceptable. So yeah, but obviously that then meant the first patch was meant to be today, but it didn't come through because they wanted to add a bit more to it with the I've hit that too far. With the goal kicking. Now, have you been, Nick? What's been happening in your part of the world? Thank you for stopping by.
So a poor tee shot at 10. Now his second.
I have an awful feeling I'm going to bunker this. Oh no, that's not bad. That's not bad. We'll take that approach.
This is why so many players today favour distance. Good tee shot down there. Nice and
what's
close
been happening
to
with
the
you,
green.
Handy?
Even though it's coming out of the rough, excellent chance for a birdie.
Oh, that thumbstick drift. Goodness, it's ugly.
Right in. A birdie here.
Apparently there'll be no more daily patches as of this week. I think that was part of what was suggested in an earlier roadmap, I think.
Arriving now at the second par 5 of the course, the 583-yard 11.
But whether that now means every second day, every third, I'm not too sure what the new rate of patches will be, but there's still obviously, you know, a bit on the cards to fix. It just comes down to then prioritising them. I think now the game is currently in a playable state. Maybe with the exception of that centre clearance loophole that seems to be happening. But yeah, that aside, it seems to be working relatively well. So it's just now, I suppose, getting all the finer bits and pieces going for it. Oh, damn.
That
Almost
second
playable.
shot
Yeah,
all the way
it's.
down by the green,
I think
in
it's
the
very
bunker.
much playable.
We'll have to see what the explosion
Um,
shot can do from here.
But I think,
Really
yeah,
need
just
a
that
birdie right now.
centre bounce work just needs a little bit of fine tweaking to
Well, that
make it a
is
little bit better.
extracted from the bunker, but it is going to hang up short of the green.
See if we can chip in. There we go. Bang. Called it.
Oh, would you expect
Chipped in
anything
Villaverdi.
less with the way things are going? Everything is dropping right now, even balls from off the green.
Finally created the player.
Call it Riviera
To create a new
is
player. Oh,
a
really?
tricky one at 479
Why did it make you do a whole new player?
yards. Narrow with OB to the left.
Because is that because you were getting the
Carry a
connection error or something,
ravine
weren't you? Was that
on your approach
that error?
into a green protected by a sycamore tree left and a large
Need
bunker
to
right.
fade that the other way, I think. Whooshka. Oh, I was going to hit trees.
Way right.
Shit. Why no AFL tonight?
Hit that tree hard, and
I got a little bit
straight
frustrated
into
last night with it, to be honest,
So
Dale,
now
with the
from
centre
rough,
clearance
he's
thing.
gonna
So there's a
need
game I was
to
playing against
charge
Port
into
Adelaide.
This one if he wants to get near
And
the green.
they were just able to like rinse and repeat centre clearance to their. My wingman would run 25 metres the other way. I've absolutely smashed that. 4. And they scored about 13 goals just from the same set play out of the centre. And it was infuriating because I couldn't do anything about it. So I played a couple of games today on hard, so I dropped the difficulty a level. And definitely found it more playable. But then I don't know if it was too easy, so I just couldn't find that happy medium balance. But I'll definitely be jumping on it later to import any new players that you guys have created for the team. Oh, thumbstick again. Get in.
No missteps there. It is a par here at 12. And he's
Oh
going
yeah, I've
in
absolutely
at
ironed
10.
out that spectator. Absolutely smashed him. Good question though with the current hours. I'll have to look that up on my
Next, it's
Steam
on to
thing.
the
I'll have a
13th
look
at
later.
459 yards.
What
Where
does
the
anyone else know what
12th
hours they're
bent
at?
Left to right. Number 13 goes the other way.
Oh, that's good, Clayton. Well, yeah,
Trying to
just send us through
all
the
shots
screenshot
in your
of the
arsenal
player
is
info so I
remarkable. Really
can
good design.
jump into
This
the
one again
community and get them
featuring a narrow
downloaded.
landing zone
Like,
leading up to
yeah.
a smallish,
Like I said, I'm
heart-shaped
pretty
green.
excited to do the season with the custom team, to be honest. Like, the kit's looking cool. Having, all the followers in there as well as players is really cool. So I think at the moment that's where the longevity is going to be for me until management mode's fixed.
Turning out to be a wonderful Saturday of golf here, and this
A set shot from the
another
centre
fine
square with
tee
Hopper.
shot.
We're using a torp or we're using
Down the hill
Drop
here,
putt
going to play
Sarge.
shorter.
If only he could do that on the weekend. Oh, I'll hit that okay, I think. Stay. Stay. No. Drop punt. Oof.
Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in the rough now. Wonder
Ah,
what
because,
might have
yeah,
been.
fair enough, though. Dex! Oh, that excellent, Clayton. Well played. I'm really hoping Dale that Boston win because I'm a Boston supporter. I think it'll obviously be a piece of history if they do because no team has ever gone to Game 7 and won from being 3-0 down. So hopefully, if we get up, well, like I said before, you'll know by quarter time if
Head
Boston
down
are
to
on or not.
14th, the
If
par
they're hitting
three
their
at
shots
192
and
yards.
defending like
This green
madmen
is on a
possessed,
slight
um,
incline and given the ocean air
will be half a
probably
chance.
plays
The
a
problem's
little
going to be that
longer
even
than
if we
you think.
win,
The narrow green is flanked by 2 bunkers left and another
even if we
to the
win,
right.
the Nuggets have just been sitting there, getting fresh, getting healthy. So it'll be extremely hard to come out and be really competitive from the get-go for either Miami or Boston, to be honest. So they'll be up against it either way, I think. Now, LeBron won't retire. LeBron will keep playing until Bronny's drafted, and he'll do a year with whatever team he's drafted to. So they'll get a 2-for-1 deal, essentially. And what is happening? And then he might retire. But I don't reckon he'll 100% keep playing until Bronny's drafted.
Just gonna sneak on by.
Yeah, it's good momentum to have, Dale. It's very good momentum to have. Winning form's good form. And, we would have dented their confidence a bit winning on the road as well. And especially when they had the game won for until 3 seconds to go, and then White did his thing. Boston versus Nuggets will be better. I agree. I think Boston or Miami are going to be cooked for at least the first 1 or 2 games. Like, if they don't, whoever gets through, if they don't win the first couple against the Nuggets, I think the longer the final series goes, the harder it's going to be for Boston or Miami to win. Just because of the extra games played and all that kind of shit. But you never know. You never know. G'day, Captain. Yeah, I know, the Tigers. Flag Tigers, I know. Well, if we didn't have such a bad first quarter, we would have been half a chance, because I think we actually beat Port Adelaide for the remaining 3. The last quarter maybe they got on top for a larger part, but we really shot ourselves in the foot in that first quarter by letting them kick 7 or 8 goals or whatever it was. We missed some absolute sitters, like Dusty missed some easy shots, Jack missed some easy shots, Bolton missed some easy shots. So if you don't convert your chances, especially the easy ones in those kind of conditions in that kind of game, then yeah, you've only got yourself to blame. As we roll this one very close.
Just think about it.
Yeah, the game in Boston, it helps heaps to get it back onto your home court. It's huge.
Inside 5 feet. You wouldn't think that's possible.
And there's just going to be a lot of self-doubt in Miami now.
Yes.
Well, a few people, Clayton, have done a ladder predictor and do have Richmond finishing 9th. I can't see us winning enough games, to be honest. I think, and we just had the podcast before, but I think we'll now see a few more younger players come through. Like, I'll be shocked if Jack Riewoldt plays this week. He's absolutely cooked. He's playing sore. He shouldn't have played last week. We're almost a man down with him on the field because he cannot even get off the ground, the poor bastard. Because he should not have been playing these games. He wasn't meant to be playing as the main forward at all this year, let alone for the bulk of the name. So, yeah, I feel bad for him, but I think we have to rest him and just get a couple of young kids in just to see what they've got and to help liven up the forward 50 a little bit. Oh, get in. Fuck. Haven't played Sandful yet. No, I haven't played the Sandful yet. Played a couple of VFL games, but nothing Sandful related. Oh, jeez, I really missed that.
Here at 16, and this will remain a one-shot advantage.
The answer to the other question, Dale, depends on the context of why you want to know.
To the 590-yard par 5 17th.
I know, upsets everywhere. Upsets everywhere. It was,
especially given all the bunkers that pop up along
it was a fair week for it. GWS, I think their win was very, very good against Geelong at GMHBA. That was one of the better ones.
Turning out to be a wonderful Saturday.
But it just goes to show that if you're 10% off, you could get done. Like, it's just one of those years. Oh, I'm not sure I'm going to make the distance here. I don't want to hit a drive because it could be too flat. Let's see if we can power up an iron. No, it's bunker. Oh no, hold on, very good.
Has to be thrilled with that second shot.
Also, let it predict Gold Coast.
Got everything out of
to win the very last game.
The ball so far down the fairway, and now a fairly
that's if you're like the AFL. Naturally, you want a few games to come down to the wire. Oh god, in that last round, but.
Now this.
Oh, is it?
Another birdie.
It is, yeah. I didn't realise it was on the name tag. No, it's all good. I do enough stuff in the social world that it's pretty easy to find out who I am, to be honest. Between the podcast, this, and everything else. Oh, nice little putt.
Yes, plenty of pace.
Oh, it is too. There we go.
Slope, it is in for a birdie.
Hey, good one. I
He
just
gets
doxed
it
myself.
to 12 under par.
Centimetre per. I actually thought I was going to miss that putt, to be honest. I didn't think that was going to go in.
475-yard par.
Surely I'm almost leading this
This
tournament at the
one
moment.
cut right up against the side of the hill on the left. You'll need to keep something in the fairway.
Oh, the
to
captain, there he is.
approach
We had
into
Carlton
that
finish 13th.
renowned 18th green.
No, I did know Dale. I just had forgotten because I haven't played the game for a while. I did know when I made it. I just forgot. So no, all good, all good. Like I said, it's easy enough to find out who I am. No shame in that. Here's a little football stat that I found tonight.
This one started
And I
off
could
the
only go
right
back as far as
side.
2012 because that's as far back as the AFL app would let me.
Errant tee shot here, Rich,
But-
going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Second shot now at the home hole.
The two
Ball
teams who
is
won
in
the grand
rough, but has a
final,
chance to get this within
This is the
birdie
first
range
year
with a
since
good shot.
2012, at minimum, that the two teams who played off in the grand final are not in the 8 at the halfway point of the following season. So Sydney and Geelong are obviously missing from the 8 at the moment, and it hasn't happened as far back as 2012 and maybe somewhere even earlier. The AFL app didn't go back far enough for me to research that further. But I thought that was interesting with the Cats and the Swannies. Oh, get in. Ah. Geelong will become like West Coast in a few years. Wasn't that a fall from grace? There's been a few, even the Bulldogs were probably another one that fell off pretty quickly.
That will be a third
It's
round
in, yeah.
score of 64.
I mean, it's. Oh, I am winning.
So a two-stroke
Well
lead
done,
here
mate. Very
for
good.
our featured
It is
golfer.
hard to
That's
stay-
good news, but you have to
stay
keep in
up and
mind,
stay that
there's
good,
a
though.
chance
Like,
that
it's
by
not
the time
easy.
You tee off tomorrow, you might not even have a
And that's why, like, as much as I suppose, not pot Geelong, but we have a rivalry with Geelong or whatever you want to call it. You got to respect the fact that they've stayed up in contention for as long as they have. Same as, I mean, Sydney have typically been up there as well. They just don't seem to go away. Oh, you're off Dale. Oh, go Boston. Oh, thank you, mate. Much apprecited. Thank you for stopping by. And yeah, definitely go Boston for tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully we should get that AFL update tomorrow, I reckon. Tomorrow night. Well, for Steam anyway. And that will mean
EA Sports
Sony
and
the following
PGA
day.
Tour, so proud
be
to
good.
present the season.
It'd be nice if it all came through at the same time, but I know it's kind of up to Sony.
Suburb
But
of Pacific
that would be
Palisades and Riviera Country Club. It's final round.
yeah, well,
coverage
Clayton,
of the
it'll really be
Genesis
interesting to see,
It is
yeah,
the
how
great
where they
challenge
end up
that
this year
all these
firstly, and
golfers
then
face,
what
trying
what
to
that means for
string
their
four
list build and how
solid
they go
rounds
about
together,
it.
trying to best Mother Nature and this course, and trying to beat the entire field as we check the leaderboard.
There could be a
Our leader
few.
here on
I mean,
this Sunday is our
does Hawkins
featured
keep
golfer.
going?
He's got a two-shot advantage here.
They got some pretty good young players, though.
So
I mean,
Frank,
Isaac
another
Smith
Sunday
probably
is
won't go
upon
on
us.
for much
Stop
longer.
me if you've heard this before, but our featured golfer in position to win yet again on the
Risky
PGA
shot.
Tour as a rookie. You have to think by now. This
Oh,
is someone
is that
who
gonna come
appears to
back?
be
maybe
unfazed
not.
by just about anything put in their way.
Oh, maybe.
And also, Rich, getting in the
Damn.
other players' heads, because Sunday is meant to be that pressure cooker day where people fail.
Needs an
often at
update.
the post.
Played
So if
hardest
you've
tonight
managed
in
to
season and
conquer
was
that
pretty
at least
comfortable.
twice in
40-point
your
win.
rookie season,
Repetitive
players are
plays,
starting to
Yawn.
think,
Yeah.
"Hang on a minute."
I mean,
They've figured
I
out
probably
how to
found it a
play
little
this
bit the
golf
opposite.
when
I played
pressure's
hardest and
at the
got
very
absolutely
most.
torched
So
by Port
players
last
to
night.
give them the
But the
advantage.
repetitive plays is what sort of got me. Tap it down to your rover, handball that to your winger who's run forward while my winger's run the other way, kick to centre half forward, mark, goal. And that was the AI. The AI did that to me 14 times. So Hayden, welcome. I would hate to think what would happen in online. Like people,
And that's going to move him
as someone
into
said, if you
red
use
figures
Melbourne or
for the
Brisbane,
round
someone
and
with a big
13
ruckman,
under for the tournament.
you're 3/4 of the way to winning the game easily.
Riviera, the 471-yard par
Yeah, the
four
Hawkins,
second
I think
green.
Rewalt will at a minimum, Clayton. Them both signing each other's jumpers was a lovely gesture, but that usually typifies that either one or both are retiring, doesn't it? Like if you're reading between the lines. Hey, Aiden, what's going on? I actually made your play today.
And this round starting off strong after the birdie at the first. This in the fairway at number 2.
Yeah, and I think that's what they were meant to be doing tonight. Is they're updating the goal kicking meter for set shots and for on the run. So hopefully we start to see a few more behinds in play as well. Or backspin, I think. That's a good approach.
Just think about it.
4
You've
foot
got to
10.
cover nearly 2 football fields of distance.
Oh, it would make a
and
massive
get it
difference. I agree,
inside
Captain.
5 feet. You wouldn't think that's
Huge
possible.
difference. Because the ball's then not going back to the middle of the ground so often. So people have to then set up for kick-outs. But then that's where you kind of need tactics as well. Because at the moment, from kicking out, I don't know what everyone else does, but I'm typically just playing on and just booting it down the wing or trying to barrel it. But yeah, fixing the goal kicking stuff. Like on the run, it's almost impossible to miss, isn't it?
The best way to get at the whole location is to sail it over that fairway bunker
Wii
on the
Sports
left.
golf
That'll
is
give you a really good
miss.
angle.
Stop it. Tell you what was good on Wii Sports was 10-pin bowling. What a game that was.
Oh no, lost that one dead right.
No, I've not done that well at all. That is a shit
And that
shot.
will miss to the right, but fortunately it's pretty wide open.
Yeah, exactly right, Captain.
Second shot straight ahead, and we
Any amount
go
of space
on
and
this
you're
deep.
pretty much
130
You're pretty
is
much
the
good to
number left
go.
of the flag today. Ball sitting down a little bit in the rough, but nothing too dangerous.
Yeah, I don't mind a bit of 10-pin bowling, Clayton. I don't do it anywhere near killed someone else. I don't do it anywhere near as often enough as I would like. Because I'm actually not
2020, you just
half
wish
bad
you
at
took
it.
the shorter club now.
I don't know why, but my dad used to do competitive bowling, so I'm not sure whether it was just one of those things that I inherited some form of skill, but get in. Are you serious? That's 2 that I've had tonight that have been that close.
Okay, that one finished off.
Yeah, we've taken the kids a couple of times,
Maintain that 4-shot lead.
Aiden bowling. So Liam will, who's the eldest, he will use the ramp
Well, this is just a
90% of the
great par.
time, but then you'll see
246
me
yards
bowling
to
and
fourth
like
hole.
my wife
As they
bowling
like to say on
normally,
tour, you
and he'll
can't
want to
fake
do
this
that.
one.
So
This
then he
will take
tries to
your
chuck it
best
down.
shot,
He has a go.
and you'd be
He
happy
loves
with
it.
the
The only
3
thing
here.
is, it's probably just more an annoyance from my end, is that they probably only have the attention span for one game, whereas I'd love to, play 2 or 3, kind of start to find a bit of rhythm and a bit of, find your groove a little bit. But they kind of lose the plot after one game, unfortunately. And they love it. Like it's so much better when they flick the lights off and they got all the music pumping and the lights flashing and everything like that. That's always, I think that makes it a much better experience too. Like I love just the general vibe of it. But yeah, I quite often will average about 130 to 160 bowling. I think the highest I've gotten is about 200 or 210.
Pleased with that, Frank. What do you think?
I've always just felt it's one of
It
those
was so
sports,
good.
if you want to call it a sport, that if I actually did it often enough on a weekly basis, I reckon I'd get
Okay,
pretty
that
decent at
one
it
finished
consistently.
off.
Like I might only play
Par
2 or
here
3
at
times
4.
a year.
And he'll remain 4 clear of the field.
It's also not that cheap. Is this game still on?
Up next, Riviera's 434
Is this on? Was this on sale, Captain? I had no idea. I think I've known a lot of people have been screaming out for this to be on sale for ages.
The iconic grass mound, which cuts
Yeah, there's
into the
one. I don't know
fairway short
where
of
you
the
live,
green.
Aiden, but there's one near us in Frankston. Oh, shit, the name of it escapes me. For some reason, I want to say the general public, maybe. That's got a few different 10-pin bowling lanes, but then it's also got like your time zone attached to it, essentially, so you can go and play games and shit after, which is pretty cool.
The driving's been sensational. All
Bowling
week, and
nightclub
there's
rave. I
another
know,
that's
there,
gonna
music
set up
pumping. It's
nicely in the
awesome.
fairway.
Kano want to make a bet they play Jack this week. Rewalt, even though... Nah, they can't, mate. Surely not.
And the pin on the left portion of the green.
Kane, they would be batshit crazy to crazy to play him the week just gone, let alone this. They can't. Travelling as well, no way. If they play him, we'll lose by 40 plus because we just have nothing up forward when he's playing. Unfortunately, I'm not knocking Jack. It's just because he's injured.
Good shot. And more importantly, too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
Don't dox yourself, yeah. There's a few.
Still to go.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know there was more than one. Well, this is probably slightly doxing, but maybe not. The one I went to has a big-ass slide that you can exit the top of the building from down the... Instead of going down the stairs, you can just go down a big slide, which is pretty cool. 60 bucks on Steam. That's a killer price.
That one finished off. It is a par here at 5.
Jeez, get on that.
And he'll remain at 14.
Clayton, yet been to Fortress once for the AFL 23 launch party. I had no idea that place even existed until I got the invite to the launch party, and I looked it up to see where it was at, and it just blew me away, like what was there and how it all works and everything. So we were in the main Alienware arena for the launch party, so they had a DJ there pumping, which you would have heard from the live stream, no doubt. And there's like all the Alienware computers. So what I was hoping to do for the launch party is they've actually got streaming booths, so you can actually go into a little private pod essentially, and yeah, hook everything up, and you can do your own stream and all that kind of stuff. So I was hoping to be able to hire a booth, even for a couple of hours or whatever it might be, and live stream the game properly connected, like what we're seeing here, not via my phone. But I wasn't able to get that part organised. But yeah, the place is huge. It's just I don't go to the city often enough to see things like that.
8 yards of par 4, but you have that giant bunker going all the way down the
Oh, you forgot your ID to go back home. That's tough.
Closes in, pinches at about the 270-yard mark. So
yeah, it's
with
pretty
all
cool.
that's going on, and as narrow as it gets, you have to hit it straight off the tee here.
What did you go forward in time with there, Kane? Kane Sarge. Braden Crossley pushing for an 8. Oh, really? I read somewhere that Mitch Robinson was thinking about it too. But he picked up a recent injury and has pulled the pin on putting his name forward for the draft.
Fairway. So a poor result on the tee shot. Now he'll dig in.
Just been thought 10-3, 63. Geez, well, mate, Sarge, we'll take that every day of the week. How confident are you? G'day, Des Blues. Welcome. Yeah, going well, thanks. How's your night going? Just thought we'd hit a couple of golf balls. Yeah, I know Robbo is on the older side, but he obviously still believed he could play. But
paid the price for finding that bunker with such a long explosion shot required. And
how good is local footy, though? Like, has anyone gone to a local footy game lately? So, I don't know, you might have seen my Twitter, but I was at a local game on the weekend. My brother-in-law plays in the Southern Football League.
Well, you might forget it. I won't.
It's just a totally different atmosphere and vibe. And their team's pretty good too, so that definitely helps. But haven't seen any former AFL players that he's played against just yet. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you would see a lot more than I would, that's for sure.
Well, great design.
Yeah, a bit of a bummer, Des Blues. That's kind of why I'm not playing it tonight, because I was a little bit frustrated at it last night. But they're obviously looking to add in the goal kicking mechanism for and do a bigger patch tomorrow. So a little bit of a trade-off, I suppose, but I don't think we'll see any more of the daily patches moving forward. Yeah, the community footy is always good. Like I put in that tweet,
nothing to fault there.
I love it because I've done it myself, like
Follow
coaching.
through and a good start to this
I didn't
hole.
coach seniors, but I was coaching under 10s all the way through to under 16s.
So I ordered this his second from the fairway.
But like just the rawness and the
125 yards left to the hole.
way the coaches
Pin
fire
in
the
the
players
middle,
up,
so
like
it's a green
my
light.
brother-in-law's coach at 3/4 time. They had an okay quarter, but didn't dominate anywhere near as much as they should have. And yeah, just saying to him, wasn't happy with that quarter. I know we're on our home deck, but they are dog shit. I just had to giggle because I'm sure AFL coaches speak like that too, but you just don't hear it. So it's actually, if anything, refreshing to hear the actual honesty from local coaches. But I'm sure I was exactly the same when I was coaching. I'm sure if someone was to film me, I would have said plenty of things off the cuff that may have been a bit heated. Yeah, who do we have after the Giants game? My nephew played against Jack Loney. He's 19. Had to match up. How did that go for him?
If he can manage it, he'll take the two
Could have
fairway
played
bunkers
with our
on
ultimate Twitch team. I just need all the players. Once I've got all the players in Aiden, I will be, like I said, that's going to be, you know, the thing that's going to make me return to the AFL game the most is playing as the Pink Panthers in a custom season, getting us to glory. I think I need about 10 more players, I think. 2017 kicked one. What do you do, though, walking down and be like, oh, fuck's sake, I'm on loan here? Because I don't know if you guys have seen on TikTok, but I don't know who the account is, but someone does like has been doing compilation videos of all recently retired AFL players playing their weekly games in a local level, like Dane Swan and Gary Ablett, things like that. It's like, imagine walking out in local footy and standing next to Gary Ablett or Dane Swan. You'd be like, for God's sake. It would be an absolute... It would be an honour. It would be crazy. But, yeah, they didn't have the responsibility to actually track him and chase them. It would just be shit.
Okay, not bad out of the sand.
I think I got you to about an 89 or a 90, I reckon, Aiden.
And this will be a
He's not bad. Oh, tap it in, happy.
Okay, good putt there for
I remember being at the local seniors match and
that will
Sweetie.
be a sizzling
Right, are you
31 on the
normal? Are you
front
normal?
side, 4 under par.
what were you thinking with your pass? How good is it though,
This hole, the
Captain? It's so good.
315-yard par 4 10 has been talked about so much. If you ask the professionals,
It's like,
it's the
have you all heard,
best
and I'm
sport
pretty
in the
sure
world.
this was set up. I don't
Most
think
will
this was
point
real.
to this.
But
It's all
the
about
coaching
options in
spray
that little
is like, I
sliver
bring
of
the
a green which
solos. You can
causes
shove the
players
solos up your
headaches.
ass. And he just
This one
teased
is
off at
not
this
just
team
about
for
the
about
length, obviously,
3.5
but it is
minutes.
a really
Very, very
strategic
funny.
play.
But I'm confident you can hear some people laughing at bits and pieces during it, which
That's
means
a
it was a
big
little bit
lash.
set
You
up.
might be able
But
to cover
I
this.
still giggle at it every time I hear it. Look at that. What do you say at the end? Fucking Wallabies, I'm going to go coach St Albans.
And this one is headed for the rough, Frank.
What time do you reckon we'll pick
So a
up?
poor tee shot at 10.
Well,
Down
I think he's
second.
pulled the pin, Des Blues. Someone asked him on one of his social channels, and he said that he's not applying because he picked up a recent injury. So he must have pulled the pin. To be fair, though, I don't really think anyone would have taken a punt on him.
9-footer now for his
Just
birdie.
because, and this is no disrespect to Mitch, because you've got to be good to make it at the highest level, obviously, but I dare say there would be a lot of, oh my God, a lot of younger players who would give a very similar output to him. Like, you would have to be a genuine superstar to get re-picked up at his age, I think. Because, like I said, there's going to be younger players out there who could do a similar job,
Start this backside.
but have time on their side for
This one
development and growth.
Close to being over, as it'll remain
But that's not
a
taking away
5
from Mitch's
shot
career
push.
because he's, you know,
Again, here's a hole where you know instantly
made the
you're
most
at
of it
Riviera.
and had a very long
583
career
yards,
across 2
11th. It's the
clubs.
second par 5 on the
Yeah, very good
course.
front line.
You look at those eucalyptus trees.
I feel like I've got to
lining
bump
both
up
sides of
this. I don't know what the
fairway.
difficulty is that
That's
I'm on.
Riviera. And then the
but
grass
I feel like
barranca,
I'm
which is a couple of hundred
doing
yards
too
from the
well.
green. You have to factor that in on your second
Pro
shot.
team, good
Terrific
question,
hole.
Clayton. I reckon, I mean, I said 2 to 3 weeks, and that was 2 to 3 weeks ago, so clearly I was
Okay,
wrong.
this is not the biggest of fairways at Riviera, but that's a
Logically,
good drive here at
logically, it's going to be when Xbox is released.
Gonna take a
But
big poke
that
to
still
get
doesn't
there,
actually
but
answer
a
the
chance
question
with
because
his
that is the
second
$1 million
to a par
question.
five.
When's Xbox getting released? No one really knows. And because, yeah, no one's allowed to talk about it, which doesn't help either. I just don't think it would be fair to release it to Steam and PlayStation users before Xbox users. It just wouldn't be right, because people could get too far ahead. And not to mention that they really have to get the online gameplay in better shape before launching this, in my view. Because even though it's been made better over the last few patches, there is still a vast difference, in my view, between the offline mode and the online modes. And there is 0 point in bringing in Pro Team if the online mode is still glitchy and doesn't play well, because
14 feet to the hole.
it would just fall in a heap. They just cannot afford... based on the start the game's had in terms of the launch and everything like that and all the patches, they need Pro Team, to go seamlessly to resurrect the game, because at the moment there's just no... Unfortunately, there's no depth to any of the modes because they're still building it back in. So there's no real reason to keep going back to it.
Here at 11. He's going to maintain that substantial lead.
Yeah, and that I get what you mean, Captain. And that's what I mean. They got to fix the gameplay first before dropping it in, because it will just infuriate people more if all those bugs like that 100-meter handball and things like that, if they're not out of the game when Pro Team drops. It'll do more harm than good, for sure.
So named because he loved watching golf and relaxing under
But
its shade.
as a concept, and oh my god, that thumbstick drift was terrible.
Oh, that is way right.
Ooh, this is ugly. That's out of bounds, surely. Oh,
Those
that was
trees
rough.
are like brick walls.
As
today.
a game
It
mode
goes
and
straight
a...
down into the rough.
It is in the rough, but it appears to be a pretty good lie. Should have a go at this. His
concept
second
or
now
whatever
at
you
the 12.
want to call it. I think it's got huge merit, and I'm really looking forward to it, but it's fucking tree. Yeah. Oh, you downloaded the player. Oh, if you could just send it through on the Discord.
That's a shot of
Oh my god.
35 yards.
Yeah, if you could send it through on the Discord, that would be amazing, and then I can go in and download a few later. Cause I think we've got Sarge's to do, yours, and maybe a couple of others. We might even be up to 18 or 19 by the time the night's done. Tree to tree, I know. That's how I legitimately play golf, and that is honestly why I don't play real golf anymore, because I am shit at it in real life. No, Min, yours didn't work. Was it yours I tried today? Oh, no, it was Sarge's. I'll have to double check. If I tagged you in the Discord as saying I still need it, then it means it didn't work. That's a terrible hole. What's that? Double bogey?
Right there, it's a bogey 5. Here
Bogey.
at the
Oh,
par
not too
4.
bad.
But the lead still
It's very
comfortable
close, so
here.
we've got
4
13.
shots.
The DOS score, thank you, Aiden,
Well,
for
here's the
reminding me of that
genius of
type.
the design
Yeah,
every
that's
year.
right.
Number 12.
So we've got 13, and so
13.
there might be about
Time
3 or
to
4 that are
draw.
coming through
That's
tonight,
a good
based
golf
on what
course when you have to work the
13
ball both
from
ways.
what's being
This is a
said, so
really
that'll
tough
get us
driving
close. Because I don't think it'll physically let me do anything with it until it's at 23 minimum. But yeah, I think you definitely need 23 for it to be able to be for it to give you an overall ranking, so you can actually use the team, I suppose. Then I've got to work out how to start the custom season, but that shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, happy to take 25 to 30, like whatever. We'll just rotate people in and out. We'll do a Survivor-style vote-off each game.
156 yards left to the hole.
What would people
All the way
prefer?
out.
I think I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask the question anyway. For those of you who do have a player in the Pink Panther lineup, would you prefer that I just maybe pick, say, 1 or 2 nights a week that I'm going to play, flag that time so you can all come in and watch and have a laugh and have a chat, do whatever? Or would you rather me play it offline and upload it all as videos? I can still upload it as videos separately, that doesn't matter, but I'm assuming the draw card is to have it played live. But I have seen it done both ways, so that's why I thought I would throw it out there. gosh, it was.
I nearly had it. Just gonna
Spin the
wander
wheel for
first or
lineups.
by.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Spin the wheel. Just go through. That's a very good idea, actually.
That one
Like the soft, yeah,
finished
one
off.
of both.
It's in for par.
The custom season, I just replaced
This
this,
was a
replace the
four-shot
Suns.
advantage with time running out for the rest of the field.
Is that how it works then, is it, Captain? That you just have to
Onward now
remove
to
one of the
14th
18
at
teams
par
and
3 at
replace it with whatever
192
custom
yards,
team you've
flanked
got.
by bunkers. This
I've
green
not
is
actually
wider
tried it
than
yet,
is deep,
so
making it important to get one up in the air and stop it quickly.
it's gonna be a tough shot. Oh, spin too far. Damn.
I tugged that just a little bit.
If only you could build us up. I know. If you could start in the state league and build up, that would be cool. I agree. Okay, so you can have less teams, but okay, makes sense. I might have to do like a dummy run first.
All the elements of his game have been in sync.
No worries,
today.
Clayton. All
A
good. Thank you so
terrific
much
shot
for
right
dropping in
there.
tonight. And
It's
I
all
think
about
you did
getting
say before that
inside
you
that
sent through your
3-foot
player info, so
circle
I
around the
will.
hole. That was a
I will log
really
into
nice
AFL
shot.
after this, and I will upload your player and anyone else who sent it through to me tonight,
And the lead's gonna
and
stay at
I'll
3.
post an update as to where we're at. So now, looking forward to getting the first game underway.
Next up, the par 4 15.
So do I even maybe bump up the
157
quarters
yards.
from
Another
3.5
one
to
that
5
favors
minutes for it
someone who
potentially
can
as
move
well.
the ball left to right off the tee. If you've got enough to work it over that fairway bunker right, it should leave you with an open look to a fairly accessible green.
I need to curve it around that bunker. Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, I can read. I'll read out the Discord on my phone after this and let you know who I had left. But that's going to change after tonight, no doubt, which is
Careful
good.
here. Downhill, he's got to time it good because your weight's a little bit more on your front foot.
So you just go to season and custom season, then just set it up from there, I suppose. Is that right, Captain?
That's not too bad.
On
Good
the
shot.
green.
Inside 20 feet, I would imagine. So a good chance,
For
really.
birdie.
Outside chance for birdie.
Get in.
Oh,
Come on.
yes.
16 under.
Perfect putt there. Is
Absolutely
in for
smashing.
birdie here at 15. And he's
They should
closing
desperately.
in
I
on
agree.
what would be a
Like,
fifth
if you're not going to put
victory
in
of
the
year.
be a pro or
The
the
16th
single
hole
player
of the
version,
final
whatever
par
we
three
want to
of
call
the
it,
round. It's a tough
then yeah,
one
at least have the ability to lock
166
on
yards.
to a
Hit
certain
it
position or a
anywhere on
certain
the putting
player. I
surface,
do agree with
you'll
that.
likely
They should
be
definitely
just
put that
fine.
in.
Miss, and
Because I'm pretty sure you could do that on
one of the four bunkers
Evo 2
framing
and maybe
the
even Big
entirety
Ant's other
of the
game. I'm
green.
not sure if you could do it on live or not, but no, I agree. You should be able to lock on to a position or player, whatever you would prefer. Evo 1, you definitely
That
could.
is
Yeah,
highly
okay. I knew
skilled
you
right
couldn't
there.
one of them.
Just
Yeah.
held it off against that breeze. Beautifully done.
Evo 2 career mode. Yeah, as a player, it just makes sense. Like I said, if you can't put the be a pro mode in, fair enough. Like I get it, but at least give people the chance to create their own player to then lock on as them.
Gone by.
And I know you won't get the same. I suppose you don't. Keep growing your player as such. It's not the same in that sense, but at least you get to use your guy.
Will remain
Have a bit of fun that
two
way.
with two to
Twisty
play.
made a J King custom player, did he? He's a good Tiger Man, Twisty.
Next up, the longest hole on the course at 590 yards, the par 5 17. It plays slightly uphill the entire way as it works toward
All
the
that
clubhouse
likes.
and features bunkers on either side of the fairway.
Oh, smoked it. The VR for the footy game. Imagine the vertigo you'd get from that, Captain. Imagine on end to end with the swinging camera on VR. I'm sure there'll come a time where it will happen.
Big drives today. That might be the biggest of the bunch.
VR for golf would be quite cool. Most good content creators are Tiger fans. Yeah, we do our best. Oh, this is a risky shot. Have you tried it? Have you, Captain, the VR golf? It's alright, is it? Yeah, I've not ever done anything VR related. Oh, except for like at shit, where was I?
That is going to be into that deep bunker.
I think we're like Galactic Circus, you know, you can do the thing downstairs or whatever. You got the whole little VR arena, if you want to call it that. I've done that, but not proper sort of Oculus or VR proper games. You're knocking the kid. I know, knocking the kids out.
Big explosion.
Seen it VR when you're watching real. Yes, Dash Blues have seen that. That looks very, very cool. Is that still in just like a beta or a trial thing? Oh my god.
Nope. Hold it.
Or is that a real thing now?
That's a bad miss from there.
Because that would be an unbelievable way to watch the NBA. And it works perfectly because the game's always side on, like in terms of when you're watching it.
No problems there. That's par.
Yeah,
You're
that
at
would be very
17.
cool to do.
He's going to hold on to that three.
Yeah, that was a
shot lead.
terrible putt. Okay, I've heard that table tennis is good as well, Captain.
Here at Riviera at 475
And I think there's a
yards.
cricket one.
You're asked
But yeah, I would
to
100%
tee
break
shot
something.
onto a 30-foot run.
Like if you, yeah.
That features
That's why the other reason why I
hillside
haven't
to the
done it, because I
left
don't actually
and
have the
gully
space to
to
be
the
able
right
to
from
do it.
there. It is a tough approach.
And I've
into
got
the
2 kids who
amphitheater
will
green.
undoubtedly break it.
Yes, step one out
Oh,
of the
keep
way.
rolling.
It is in the fairway at 18. One more good approach shot.
Yeah, table tennis.
Just
Yeah, I've heard
about
that's
seal
good,
it.
and I've heard
From the fairway, we check in with Noda.
that it's
Tough
been
not to get distracted with the
a bit of fun
majestic
doing
amphitheater
like sitting at a
setting
poker
here at
table
the
in a
18th
casino.
Riviera,
Essentially, it
but
was
be mindful,
apparently quite good too.
must
Like you could
land the
throw
ball
shit at
left
people
of the
across the
hole to
table,
get it close.
sit there and smoke virtual cigars and have a drink and play some Texas Hold'em. I might have to fire that up again soon. You know,
Good shot.
Texas
Safely
Hold'em.
on the green and a birdie chance.
So this for a finishing birdie at 18.
haven't played
And he
poker on here for a
seemingly
while.
had no
Oh,
problem
awesome.
with
Thank
his roots
you
all round
for seeing
long,
that
so this
through.
shouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah, VR pool game would be good. Surely that's a thing. I don't know if I'm showing my age, oh my god, by saying this, but did anyone ever play Yahoo Pool? Just on the Yahoo website. During high school, I sunk some serious hours into Yahoo Pool.
Okay, safely
It was kind of like
par at
one of my
18.
first real big deep
And this
dives
will
into
be a
online
strong
multiplayer
final
gaming.
round score.
I never really ever used to chat to people.
So
It was
this
more
a
just about
tremendous
the competitive
week of golf,
nature
and in the end, for our
of playing an
featured
online
player,
game against
Frank
someone
gets
else
a
in a
third
random
career
lobby.
victory.
And a good
I
one.
can't
They're
relate,
starting
yeah,
to
maybe
come a
I'm
little
showing my
quicker.
age.
I think confidence is starting to grow. It'll be really interesting these next
Oh, pool
12
darts,
months to see
tipping
if they can
bowling.
absolutely springboard.
Oh, cornholes, really? That's kind of cool.
So that's it for us. For Frank,
Yeah, Yahoo Pool is quality. What about the other one I played online a bit when I was younger was RuneScape, which I know has made a big comeback. Like the old school RuneScape's made a comeback. That was pretty good. But again, I didn't really ever do it for chatting or whatever. It was just to explore and do whatever else. Have I qualified yet? Top 5 finish. Wetlands. Farmers Open, Pebble Beach, Phoenix Open. Like, alright, so I won that one. Florida Classic. Ooh, how do I know if I'm qualified? I might do a couple more holes, then I'll check it out. So looking at the Discord.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, from the wetlands,
that might not
it's
work,
live
Ryan.
opening round
You're still
coverage
there,
of the
Clayton, with
Florida
the
Classic.
sequence
We got
number.
a full field ready to get
We'll try
rolling
it,
on this
though.
Thursday as we get a look at the early leaderboard. We've got a tie at the
So
top.
what did I need? I
at 6 under
needed
par.
1, 2, 3,
Now down to the
4,
first
5,
tee as we
6,
get set
7,
here at the
8,
Wetlands.
9.
Par 5
I think I needed
is
10 more.
660 yards, Frank.
Better put your thinking cap on here, Rich.
Another.
Ideally,
What do you
wanna
mean?
play it as
Is
a
it
three-shot
a
hole.
scheduled
This is a
earthquake
club
in
that
30
protects
minutes?
The front right of the screen as well. Typical Floridian opening tee shot, narrow, tight, and it's going to extract the best from you. So somehow fairway.
Did anyone
then,
feel the one from last
only
night?
then
I
can
didn't.
you
I was
start thinking about
out of
making
it.
a birdie.
My wife had woken up at about the time it happened, but that was more a pregnancy-related thing. But then she woke me up to tell me there was an earthquake. So I don't know. Definitely didn't feel it though. I was out like a light.
Contend
Oh, it was
once in a
11:41,
while.
was it last
Now
night?
You're
Okay.
coming into tournaments as one of the favorites to win.
As long as you don't get ahead of yourself, because there's that sort of phrase, you can be a little too cocky. Confidence is a good thing, though. I just think take a little step back. I mean, all the backslapping's finished. You won last week.
With
Remember
people
how
like
you
putting
did
their plastic
that. Remember
chairs
how
out
well
and
you
saying,
played.
"We will
What got there?
rebuild."
It was
I
a
remember seeing that
series of good shots. So
a few
Thursday,
years ago when
we're
there was
gonna
like a
start
small
doing
tremor.
Exactly the same with that same attitude.
Oh yeah, that'll do. I thought it was
Well,
super
safely
strong
on,
wind. Yeah, the doors were
that's gonna
shaking
be
yesterday.
a long
There's no
way
tremor though.
away. Well, this would be something.
Oh my
indeed.
God, a
At the
96-foot
first,
putt.
A long look for birdie.
Damn. Yeah, wouldn't let me chip there on the green.
Just 5 feet
Disappointing.
left. Well done. That is in for a par here at the first.
Oh, open it with a par.
We'll stay at level par.
That's not too bad.
Here now at the first par 3 of the day, the 225-yard
All right, I'm probably going to back out there. I just want to see what the first hole was like on that course. Oh, don't want
Now
to
the
do that.
second par 3.
I will have to come back to you,
225 yards.
Mr. Golf. Yes, I will go into AFL and I'll have a look tonight and see what all the new players are, and if I can drop any more in, I will, and I'll give an update as to how we're tracking on that front. And I'll probably have to do another video giving a rundown or promoting the next 6 or 7 that we've put in, because we did the first 6. So I will do all that tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, thank you for dropping by tonight, guys. I'll send you a screenshot, Aiden, of your scan. It's a bit of dicking around to actually swap the game because it's a different thing in OBS, which is very, very annoying. But I'll send you a screenshot of your dude. I'll print screen it when I go in tonight, and I'll send it through. So thank you to everyone for dropping by. Appreciate the love and support as always. And I will. What day is it today? Monday. I don't know if we'll be on tomorrow or not because I'm out for dinner. But worst case, Wednesday. Hopefully tomorrow. Otherwise, I will see you all. Discord, thank you. I'll see you all during the week, and thank you for sending through your plays. And hopefully, we can get this Pink Panther season up and running ASAP. So, have a good night. Thank you once again, and I'll speak to you all soon.